Welcome to Irish Insider Live. I'm Andrew Castellum. Joining me is Associate Sports Editor Matt DeFranks. Well, Notre Dame is number 3 for the first time since 2002 in the BCS rankings. It's a far cry from last year when Notre Dame went to Heinz Field and barely pulled out a victory over Pittsburgh. In last year's victory over Pittsburgh, it took a perfect 8-for-8 drive from Tommy Rees for the Irish to steal a 15-12 victory. This year, led by former Wisconsin offensive coordinator Paul Chryst, Pittsburgh's been plagued by inconsistencies. They started the year losing to Youngstown State, then 2 weeks later followed up with an upset win over number 13 Virginia Tech. The Panthers are led by senior quarterback Tino Sunseri. He's thrown for over 2,000 yards and 11 touchdowns, and he's also 8th nationally in pass efficiency. But he hasn't faced an Irish defense quite like this. This defense is ranked 2nd in scoring defense. They give up under 10 points per game and under 300 yards per game, led by Heisman candidate Manti Te'o and his 5 interceptions, which rank him 2nd nationally. This Irish defense is looking to steal one from Tino Sunseri and Pittsburgh. Matt, what's going to be the key for this Irish team coming in this game?
Notre Dame needs to avoid the turnovers. Last week against Oklahoma, they played near mistake-free football. No turnovers, just 1 penalty for 5 yards. But that was on the road. At home, entirely different. 7 of their 8 turnovers have been at home, and under Brian Kelly, Notre Dame is just 8-9 when they lose a turnover battle. Andrew, what about Pittsburgh? What do they need to do?
My key to the game will be Pittsburgh running back Ray Graham. In his career, he has 9 games of over 100 rushing yards. We've seen this Notre Dame defense against rushing teams, and they gave up their first rushing touchdown last week. They've stopped Stephon Taylor, they stopped Le'Veon Bell, and last week they only gave up 15 rushing yards. If Ray Graham can get the running game going, Tino Sunseri will have an open field to pass to, and I think that could cause some harm to this Notre Dame defense. This week's Irish Insider will feature tight end Tyler Eifert. So let's play a game called Over-Under. Matt, over-under 75 yards for Eifert this week.
I'm going to go with under. It's not that the Pittsburgh defense can stop Tyler Eifert, it's that they won't have to. Notre Dame can get an early lead in this game, melt the clock away, hold time possession, and just run the ball all game long.
I'm going to go over. I think Tyler Eifert is poised to have a big game against this Pittsburgh secondary. And last week, Everett Golson really shined in Oklahoma, and I think he's going to have a big game passing as well. Tyler Eifert's going to become his biggest passing target. Next, over under 2.5 tight ends on this roster that will be drafted in the future.
I'm going to go under. Obviously, Tyler Eifert is going to be drafted, and I think Troy Nicholas will be drafted as well. He's a big guy, he's raw talent, and some NFL team will take a flyer on him. Where I get stuck is Ben Koyak. He's been inconsistent this year, and his blocking and catching have been subpar.
I'm going to go over. I think Ben Koyak's going to turn into a real receiving threat. Troy Nicholas is more of a run-blocking tight end, and I think once Tyler Eifert leaves, Koyak could fill into that role and do really well.
It's time for predictions. Andrew, what do you think happens Saturday?
I don't think this game's going to be as big as a blowout as everyone thinks it's going to be. I'm going to say Notre Dame 24, Pittsburgh 13. Everett Golson has a good game, the running game has a good game, and Tyler Eifert has a really good game.
I'm going to go Notre Dame 37, Pittsburgh 10. I just don't think Pittsburgh's up to par with Notre Dame. I said the same thing before Purdue game, but I think this one is just different.
On behalf of the Observer, thanks for tuning in. Be sure to check out more football coverage at ndsmcobserver.com. For Matt DeFranks, I'm Andrew Castellum, reporting live from the Observer office.